Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders. A GreatMillStone all well. And blessings to the whole for the deck. Hey, this is a quick video here, man. This is Manchester bombings. In fact, we opened the article. I've just woke up. I've just seen this article here. It says Manchester bombings 23rd victim. 7/7 survivor takes his own life after the attack. Hey man, to be honest, man, they are really escalating this. First of all, they changed the terror threat level over here in the UK from severe to critical, which means an attack is imminent. They got this whole thing, this buzzing word flying around: terror attack, terror attack, terror attack. And really, it's just nothing but a bunch of false flag attacks because the elites just basically want to fulfill their agenda, man. Alright, they're generating so much fear because they want that. They're actually ready to implement that auto abkeo, man. They want to come down heavy because they know that they have but a short time. Why? Because this word is getting out there, man. They're looking to roll on us, man. Alright, now they're trying to talk about, placing limitations on the internet. Theresa May's coming after the internet now. I mean, which also leads into the famine of the word. All types of shit, man. All types of shit. Now they want to talk about banning freedom of speech and all of this. Human rights. Man, they're stripping away at our human rights like they're taking down fucking wallpaper, in a building that's about to be done from the bottom up, man. Alright, they're taking it all down and they want to reconstruct their whole model, man. They've got all the infrastructure ready to move on their new world order, man. They're just ready to just basically, all they need is one more major attack, and that's about it, man. Alright, all their pieces and the puzzle are ready to be placed on the table, man. They're just waiting for that right moment. Okay, it says a survivor of the 7/7 London bombings was found dead in his home after last week's Manchester attack left him feeling he no longer wanted to live in a world where these terror attacks continue. Well, why didn't you do that when they dropped a bomb over there in Mosul, man? Why didn't you do that then? Alright, why didn't you do that when America keeps bombing all these other countries, man, and you see so-called innocent babies and women just lying in pieces, man, or the boy with the immigrant, the little boy that was floating in the sea, man, with his face in the sea. Why didn't you take your life then, man? All right, this is what I'm saying, man. You people are fucking hypocrites, man. At the end of the day, man, this guy, man. At the end of the day, this is what they're trying to do. Now, these articles, they're releasing these articles, man, because they control the fucking media, man. They want that. They want to generate that. They want to attach the public's hearts to this attack, man. They want to unite everybody. All right, we've got to come together and fight against this common threat. When really and truly, man, the so-called white man is the fucking threat, man. He's the one blowing everybody up. He's the one orchestrating all these acts of heinous crimes, man. Alright, if you want to call it that, man. The so-called white man, he's a bloody mad scientist, man. How about that? Spraying the air with chemtrails and bombing people and GMO foods and running rampant, man. A fucking virus on the face of the earth, man. Here's the caption. Everyone's moving in fast motion while the guy in the middle is just staring there, lamenting over the flowers on the floor over the guy that, the Manchester attack or whatever it is, man. Thinking about the guy that just took his life. Man, they're pulling on the public's heartstrings, man. And this is all a part of their plan. This is Tony Water, who has been described as the Manchester attack's 23rd victim, worked hard at a law firm near Edgware Road Underground Station where Mohammed Sadiq Khan detonated a suicide bomb on July the 7th, 2005. Water was yards away from Khan when he set off the homemade device. 6 people, as well as the bomber, died at the scene of the attack, while Water was left with shrapnel injuries. It was one of the 4 bombs set off in quick succession across the British capital. Water had struggled with the events he witnessed in 2005, which had been particularly distressed, and had been particularly distressed by the recent attacks in Westminster and Manchester. He was said to have taken time off work in March after the Birmingham-based terrorist Khalid Massoud drove into several people in Westminster Bridge and stabbed police. So they're trying to make it like, all right, so after Khalid Massoud took that Honda, and they started rolling out on Westminster Bridge, didn't even take a gun or anything. He was armed with a knife He went into a fucking war and he came with a knife out of all the weapons, man, and a car, by the way. And then, you know, supposedly just drove that car and took out 5 guys. I don't know what it was, but, man, this is what I'm saying, man. Look, they're trying to generate this fear, man, but we ain't ignorant. Look, man, let's get the scriptures, because these guys, man, man, you know, we ain't ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Let's see, Satan devices. I think it's 2 Corinthians. I think I know where it is. Salakia. Let me just get the scripture real quick, man. I think is it? There we go. Lest Satan, 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, we ain't ignorant of his devices, man. We know, we've been enlightened to the fact that they're using these false flag attacks to basically generate fear within the populace, man. Alright, and that they want to establish their new world order through that chaos, man, so that everybody's going to look toward, they want to centralize their power now. Alright, they're ready to move forward because everyone's going to look to the government for help. Once things get so chaotic, once you start seeing attack after attack after attack worldwide, man, they're going to consolidate their power. And they're going to be like, look, we need a system. I mean, you already had, Ricard, over here in London, Ricard Yaquam, he posted up a video of one of the head of the UKIP leader parties over here in London. He was talking about in the future chipping, tagging terrorist suspects, man, and bringing back torture and shit. Man, this is all they want to do. So they're throwing that out into the public, massaging the idea into their skull, letting them know that they're ready to move, man. All right? But we ain't ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We ain't ignorant of the fact that he's looking to put up the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans up as the new face of terrorism, man. All right? They're moving to anyone could be a terrorist now, man. All right? If you got a beard, oh, you're a terrorist. If you speak with authority, oh, you're a terrorist. Freedom of speech, oh, you're a terrorist. All right, you watch the Hebrew Israelites, oh, you damn sure you're on that terrorist watch list, man. All right, because they ain't gonna have in their new world order, man. They ain't gonna have no forms of rebellion. They want none of that. All right, but let's see what the Lord says about that, man. Let's see what the Lord says about their plans. Okay, this is Job 5:12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Because you've been prospering for fucking too long, man, you damn devils, man. Alright? The thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy, man. You've been doing that, man. You've been stealing, you've been lying, you've been killing, man, you've been raping. All of that, man. But the Most High said, look, man, he's going to disappoint your crafty, your devices, man. Alright? So that your hands cannot perform your enterprise. It says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. The counsel of the froward is carried headlong, man. You perverse people walking around on the face of the earth, man. The Lord is basically going to stop you in all your plans. Okay? He's appointed the bounds that you cannot pass. How about that, man? Okay? So, your new world order, man, you're gonna try and go for it, man. You're going to try and grasp it. Alright, and for a minute, you're going to get it started up, but then the Most High is going to be like, alright, cool, that's it, man. Because when that chip comes in, man, when you push that RFID microchip, man, that's it. That's it, man. When all the world is tried and everyone's told to take that chip because he wants to make himself a god. Esau actually wants to make himself a god, man. In fact, let's get the mark of the beast. Alright, we're in the time of speaking prophecy, okay, so let's get it. Okay? Revelation 13:16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So it doesn't matter from your Floyd Mayweathers to your average bum on the street, man, asking for change. It don't matter, man. All right, from your Errol Spencers to your Kell Brooks. All right, from your Anthony Joshua's. All right, to your Klitschko's, man. It don't matter who you are in that day, man. They're going to say, look, everybody's going to have to take this chip. And some of these celebrities already have the fucking chip, man. I don't know if they all have it. I don't know that personally. That's just me. All right? But I know that some of them have it, man. Especially over there in the army as well, man. A lot of them guys, you had a guy come up to, I think it was one of the camps over there in the States, talking about he had a chip already. He had a chip already, man. And he had to take the chip. Alright? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. So you got to take that mark, man. If you, look, man, It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you gotta have that mark enabled to trade, man, goods and receive services from the state, man. All right, they're gonna centralize all of their power. It's now gonna be state-owned, government-owned, or whatever. They're gonna give it some fancy schmancy name. All right, they're gonna have them concentration camps for all the people that don't want to get down with their new world order. And they're gonna call that a fancy name as well, something like maybe Government Rehabilitation Center or something like that, man. All right, or reform and repair, or I don't know, man. Something that's gonna make it seem like they're bringing people in there to be rehabilitated, man. But then they're gonna have them guillotines for them people that are down to resist, man, and torture chambers and so on and so forth. But Satan's devices, man. Look, we ain't ignorant of it, man. But we gotta wait upon the Lord. All right, and let's get one. Let me get this, man, because we got. We got to call upon the name of the Lord, because look, man, we're in the time where we're going to need to call upon, we need to call upon the name of the Lord, man. Point blank, period. Okay? Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord, Yahweh, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Okay, so we got to call upon the name of the Lord, man. All right, because only the righteous are going to do that. Only the righteous are going to come past the camp, are going to stop and be like, yeah, I see what you guys are saying. Then they're going to actually get fed. They're going to get fed, man. And then they're going to actually receive the name. Then they're going to start calling upon the name, building up their faith. And they could be of the elect. And that's what we did, man. That's why we came into the camps. That's why we actually teach this word, man. That's why we believe. All right? Because we can't take down this fucking virus with our power, man. Our guns and our fists, man. Our steel toe cap boots, man. We can't kick him to death, okay? We got to wait upon a higher power, man. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. When he sends his son down with them chariots, man. Oh, and them laser beams, man. And then sets off them nukes. That's when this place is going down. So we got to wait upon the Lord, man. Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. You got guys like General Yohana. I couldn't believe it when I saw that damn video, man. It ain't surprising. It ain't surprising, but to be honest, man, you're just a damn fool, man. Brute beasts, man. That's why we can't be unequally yoked together with unbelievers, because these guys are not setting the right example of what we're actually trying to do here, man. That's not the movement, man. Getting all shooting AK-47s in a fucking gun range, man. Like you're going to take down a so-called white man standing in front of you with a heart attack gun with your AK. If you ain't aiming straight, man, that guy will push a button, man, and split your limbs, man. Push a button and have you holding your chest, gasping for air, man. This so-called white man, his blessing was a sword, man. You ain't getting away from this guy, man. Let's get Psalm 17. Let's get Psalm 17. Alright, let's start from Psalm 17:9. From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. And they are compassing us about, man. We are prisoners of war. This ain't, when we're walking around, man, this ain't nothing but a massive prison cell, man. You got to set your alarm, you got to go to work, you got to punch in, you got to clock in your job. Alright, when you have a little break and shit, you can walk around in a little, you got an open space to walk around, you come back to the job, sign it, you got to clock out, you got to punch out, and then you got to go back to your prison cell, which is your house, man. Alright, because most of us live in fucking tower blocks on top of each other like damn sardines, man. Uncomfortable as all hell. Back to back, neck to, back to back, man. All packed in tight. And then it's the same thing the next day, man. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing to the earth. Like as a lion is greedy of his prey, as it were a young lion lurking in the secret places. Okay? And that's how the so-called white man's after us, man. Alright? Greedy of his prey. They just want to roll on us, man. Ezekiel 21:9 says, a sword is sharpened, man. Alright? Should we then make mirth? We ain't supposed to be in a time of mirth. We're supposed to be getting grounded in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And pushing this word, man. Alright? You men that are out here that have the lot of pushing this word, push this word, man. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the Lord, he gave the so-called white man the blessing of the sword, man. Alright? Through his father, through Esau's father Isaac. Alright? Gave him the sword as a blessing, gave him the fatness of the earth, man. Alright? As you see it right now. All right, because the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Why? Because we disappointed the Lord. Okay, we went contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments. So we had to get chastised. We had to get punished, man. Now we're living out our judgment, and our judgment is coming to an end real soon. Soon it's gonna be flip reversed, and Esau's been getting judged, man. His kingdom's going down. That's judgment in itself. All right. That's why the 2nd Ezra 6:9 says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. But I wanted to get this point which says, deliver me from the soul of the wicked. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, man. And the sword is basically the so-called white man, man. So with that, man, Lord willing, you Arkin were edified, man. We ain't ignorant of Satan's devices, man. And guys like this, man, these weak sperms, man. Oh, I took my... Man, how do we even know that's even true, man? I ain't saying it ain't. But to be honest, man, you don't even want to believe a damn thing the media says these days, man. All right, and even if it is true, man, like god damn, man, they are really pulling on the heartstrings of the public, man, trying to consolidate their power, man. Order up, Kale. Look at this. These are heinous individuals. Look at them free speech, them radicals. Let's lock down. But you are the real terrorists, man. You guys are doing acts of terrorism worldwide on a global scale, man. Let's talk about that, man. But you don't want to talk about that. Hey, man, I'm going to say shalom, man.